Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Sorry about that. Keeping you waiting. Technical difficulties, you know. Hit me on a Friday. 9:04 is the time on this 7th day of June. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com. Roku TV, anywhere, everywhere you get your podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We have a good show. Going to be talking... Man. I am just, there's like something going on with my sinuses today. We're going to be talking to Sydney Sinks here in about 20 minutes. We're going to talk to Luis next week. Just some timing things for us to this time around. So next time around the horn, Luis will join us again. Then around 9:40, tentatively set. We don't know for sure because just the way, you know, kind of scheduling and getting things done. Rob Honky might be stopping by to fill us in on the F1 powerboat races, and then at 10:10, we're going to be talking to Halo. This is Earth Angel Specialty Kitchen. We're going to learn more about all the great things they got coming down the pipeline and really just what they're all about. I'm meeting Halo Earth Angel Specialty Kitchen for the first time, so I'm going to be learning here with you. But man, as the week's wrapping up, this sinus thing I'm going through right now is just like brutal. But we had a great You're Beautiful show yesterday with Brian Trust. I'm glad that I got to sit on that side of the table here for the first time ever and kind of just hang out. You know, he did a good job, and I'm excited to see where things go. And you can see all of Brian Trust's shows as we keep adding to his catalog. When he hits to episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, everything's on demand on RiverBender.com/video. Just in case you missed it, I encourage you to go check it out. We'll take you to top of the hour news now at 9:06, and we'll take you to Godfrey first. Village Dispensary in Godfrey is hosting a grand opening party on Saturday, June the 8th. RiverBender.com will be there, and so will I as I do a live broadcast. From 12 to 6 p.m., community members over 21 and over are invited to enjoy discounts on various cannabis products, a vendor fair, and demonstrations at 110 Northport Drive. Organized by Inventory Manager Allison Swan, the event aims to serve the community with safe cannabis options. Highlights include discounts up to 30% off cultivator products, an aerial yoga demonstration by Riverbend Yoga, desserts from Meowtown, and a raffle for a stay at Spring Hollow Hideaway, which is 420 friendly. The event will also feature numerous local artists and vendors supporting small businesses. Also in the news regionally today, Stacy Pollock, 62, from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, has been charged with forcible rape with a weapon in connection to a September 17th, 1992 incident in South St. Louis County. Here's what we know. Pollock is residing on Independence Street, was apprehended on June the 5th, and is currently being held at the Oklahoma County Detention Center on a $500,000 cash-only bond. The charge follows a breakthrough in DNA analysis that identified him as the perpetrator. Pollock allegedly used a knife and a rope to threaten and assault the victim. The St. Louis County Police Department Bureau of Crimes Against Persons continues to investigate this case, and we'll keep you updated as more details emerge. Also in the news this morning at 10 p.m. on the 30th of May, the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office was alerted to a disturbance on Martin Landing Road in Golden Eagle. Deputies swiftly arrived at the scene and began an investigation, leading to the apprehension of Christopher Halemeyer, 41 years of age, of Brussels. Halemeyer was arrested on charges of intimidation and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. He was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Greene County Jail. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate the circumstances surrounding the disturbance. Here in Alton, a man from Alton, Rashad Kramer, 28, has been charged with 4 counts of aggravated cruelty to animals. The charges stem from an incident where Kramer allegedly shot a dog with a 9mm handgun and left its body in a trash can. Due to anger over the dog's behavior, a search of Kramer's residence by officers led to the discovery of 3 additional dogs that had starved to death. Kramer has been described as an ongoing danger to the community and was remanded to jail pending his initial court appearance. The charges based upon probable cause. Also in the news here in Alton, now in its 3rd season, Flock Food Truck Park and Bar is busy as ever with several free events coming down the pipeline. And owner Laura joined me on the show and is excited for the summer, as regular food trucks like Space Shuttle Cafe and Birdie's are always there as permanent fixtures. Windish is also thrilled to welcome more food trucks and bands every week. Alongside the food offering, she enjoys curating a unique cocktail menu and promoting local businesses. Upcoming events include family movie nights, an adult summer camp, and a plant swap on the 9th of June. For more information, you can visit their official Facebook page. The time is 9:10. It's 74 degrees in the studio. It is warmer than it was yesterday down here. Sydney, I'm sorry, but it will be hot in the studio today when you join us here in about 10 minutes. Today, sunshine and breezy. Tonight, it will be cloudy with periods of rain and even a thunderstorm later on. There can be ponding on streets and highways, so just be careful as if you're commuting this evening. Currently, right now, the grass levels are moderate, mold at low levels, and trees are at moderate levels when we're talking about pollen. And then air quality overall is at 39, which is good. UV index is at an 11, so if you go outside today, put on some sunscreen and do yourself a favor. Temperatures reach 87 degrees today. They drop down to 65 overnight as we head into Saturday. Man, that's a big temperature drop. On Saturday, a high of 84, a low of 66, with a 80% chance of rain. On Sunday, a high of 80, a low of 57 degrees, with a 40% chance of rain. And on Monday, a high of 77, a low of 58. Back to Tuesday with a high of 75 and a low of 59 as we head into Wednesday, the 12th day of June. Only day for rain is going to be tomorrow, it looks like, but just hold your breath because you know how this gets in the summer. You can stay up to date all the time in real time with your local weather by calling 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He is your State Farm agent. And right now, as it sits at 74 degrees, it feels like 79 out there, 40% humidity, and visibility is for 20 miles. Before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on Hainer Library. You know, they have some really great summer reading events coming down the pipeline. I always love to talk about one of my biggest supporters of the show. Love what Hainer Library's doing, and also loving Lacey McDonald doing some articles for RiverBender.com with Alton history. I love it. Thank you, Lacey, and thank you, Sydney, and the whole team up there that, you know, made it happen. I've learned as all of you did yesterday. That was fun. On Mondays, at the Kids Space, recycled art at 10 a.m. for ages 2 to 6. Then on Tuesdays at the Nature Institute from noon to 2, you have opportunities from ages 6 to 12 and 3 to 10 to go have some fun in the outdoors. On Wednesdays, a new performer each week at 10. And then on Thursdays, the Endangered Animal Scavenger Hunt all day for all ages, up to 12. Saturdays, come play and stay from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. for ages 5 to 12. And then teenagers on Mondays, let the teenager in your life know that a new craft is going to be available each week at 4 p.m. Tuesdays at T&I on the 18th of June from noon to 2. And then Wednesdays, a new craft each week at 4 p.m. on June 12th and 26th. And then a teen party on Tuesday, July the 2nd from 4 to 6 p.m. Endangered Animal Mini Golf and henna tattoos. Events will all be held at the Hainer Library at Alton Square Mall, unless otherwise noted. For more information, HainerLibrary.org, HanerLibrary.org, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Man, I just can't before we take a break, I can't shake this animal story off. I mean, you have to be a certain type of evil, and I'm sorry, and I'm not going to say he did it or not, or he's guilty, because we got some liability here, but it's just insane. I mean, if that's really the case, why? There's nothing that really gets me all fired up more than people being abusive to animals, and it really does. And just reading that story today, I mean, there is a certain spot for some people. Before we take a quick break, let's take a look at downtown Alton, and we'll come back with more of our daily show right after this on RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith. This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sitting in the sun, I'm sure it'll hit me. When I walk through that door.
9:17, Sydney in the studio. You aren't back in the studio. Well, technically you're back because you have been here before.
A couple of weeks now, so that's wild.
Yeah.
It feels, what do I do? I don't know what to do.
I don't either. So, your latest vlog. Number one, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well.
Thank you.
I'm lying to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It sounded rough. Well, it's not your usual answer. Your usual answer is hanging in there, so you threw me off.
Yeah, when I say well, something's wrong. So, Tim Dittman with OSF said that he very much liked your recent blog.
That was very nice of him. Absolutely.
And, I saw that you were going to concerts. Was this recent?
Oh, so I've been going to a couple of concerts, and I've been going to concerts ever since COVID, like after it became opened again. I started going to concerts and stuff like that.
Man, you were a rebel.
No. I sheltered in place, I promise. But no, it definitely, ever since things opened again, I've been going to a lot of concerts and staying busy and that kind of thing. So, in the last month, I've gone to 3 and seen 4 bands live, so that was pretty cool.
21 Savage for
Yeah.
Sydney Sinks is interesting for me.
It wasn't necessarily my choice. That one, I was just along for the ride. I like going to see live music. I'm along for the ride, you know?
And I heard he was very late?
Very late, yeah. He didn't come out until about 10 p.m., and it was a Sunday night, and I was like,
Oh,
oh my gosh, I can't do
man.
that. I once upon a time, I was young and spry and able to do that, but now I'm like, I have things to do tomorrow. What are we doing?
So what concerts have you seen in 3 months?
In the last couple of months, I've seen the Postal Service and Death Cab for Cutie, which is kind of an oldie but a goodie. So
Death
that's
Cab for
fun.
Cutie be fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really interesting. They played their one record. Yeah, you know which one I mean.
Yeah.
Along for the ride. I'm telling you.
It's so funny because the guy the first show I produced was that crazy guy that was on the air doing all the real estate stuff, and he always played that damn album.
Really?
Oh my God, I could almost just recite it word for word.
You should have been there. What were you doing?
At home being a recluse. So who are the Postal Service?
So that's the same singer from Death Cab from Cutie, but so it was kind of a dual concert. So it was an interesting day. It was one long show basically, but it was two bands. So it was really cool.
That could lead to some like riffs, I think. You know, like if
You would think so.
You know, I've got Postal Service showing up for Death Cab for Cutie, going, guys, your back end sucks. I mean,
You would think.
you know, I don't know.
Right, it was interesting because they came out. The Death Cab for Cutie people came out in all black clothing, and then the Postal Service people came out 15 minutes later in all white clothing, and so it's just kind of
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I knew.
fascinating,
I
yeah.
knew it. This is gonna start a turf war.
I could see it. I could see it happening.
You're gonna
So,
see a
yeah.
huge brawl on stage one day. Have you seen that video of the guy that say it's just a cover band at a bar?
No.
Oh my God, this is if I find it, I'll play it on
Yeah.
the show. It's that good. The guy's sitting there and he's and he's the lead singer and he's hammered, like belligerently
no.
gone. And all of a sudden he turns to his drummer and says something to him, or the guitarist said something. Anyway, two guys in the band are like mouthing off to each other. Stop the music. Punch is thrown. Some guy gets thrown into his drum kit. It was wonderful.
No, that's horrible. That's a worst case scenario, I think, in front of the band. And that's my thing. I'm like, just keep it at home.
Yeah, punch each other out in the car, you know?
Exactly, yeah. Not in front of an audience.
So, do you like crowds?
I don't mind them. I think that's something that like a lot of people are really against, but that's something that like has never bothered me too much. A little bit. It makes you a little nervous these days just being in a big group of people, but I don't like it doesn't like make me claustrophobic, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
Yeah.
Oh, who's Chappelle Roan?
Chapel Roan, she is,
No.
it's okay. She's great. She is a pop singer, and that was where I went and saw a couple of weeks ago.
How
last
was
week.
it?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
You had fun?
So I had a lot of fun.
Because you talked about that at lunch. I
Yeah,
forgot
I had a
about
lot
that.
of fun about that. So that was a good time. And so it's been quite the variety of shows in the last month or so. Of
Yeah.
Just like genres and that kind of thing. We got kind of indie bedroom pop and rap and then pop music. So it's kind of interesting. You never know what you're going to get, and it's always fun.
Sydney's next concert will be metalcore, so that'll be fun.
Why not? I'm along for the ride.
Is that you know what I'm talking about? Where they have all those huge like puppets and stuff, and it's like just nuts.
I do know
It's
what
just
you
insane.
mean.
Like what are they doing before they're going and writing this material out?
It's
Is what I want to know.
wild. I've been to a couple of punk shows before, and that's interesting because that is like not quite that extreme, but the mosh pit and stuff like that.
No,
which
thank you.
I'll be honest with you. Going into that, I was like, why not? This is like a once in a lifetime thing. Why not give it a shot? And then I watched it happen.
Oh, okay,
and
good.
I was
So it didn't happen.
terrified.
Okay.
No, I was
Thank God.
terrified.
Oh
I
my
think I would have died if I had been in the mosh pit.
Don't get into it. You are not allowed to go into a mosh pit.
I don't think I can handle it.
So what type of concert goer are you?
So what do you mean?
Because there's all types.
Oh, you see.
Okay, and I
yeah.
wear the hat of a variety of these types. It depends on if I'm driving, number one.
Very fair.
And it depends on, if I'm really excited about the show or if I'm just excited to go out and have fun that evening.
That's very
You
fair.
know?
I get what you mean.
So,
Yeah.
like, Post Malone came into town years ago, and I'm not going to lie to anybody on this show. I decided I think I'd have better fun seeing a group of deadheads and going to hang out with them. And
That sounds
let me
fun.
tell you, I did. It was a great time.
That sounds
and
awesome.
the guy actually sat next to us, during the show, so it worked out perfectly for me. And a little bit of an obstructed view, I'm sure, for the folks behind us, but we had fun. So there's those things, but then there's like the lawn,
I get what you
party
mean,
where
right.
you're sitting there drinking every tall boy you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or there's like the people watching game where you aren't even there for the show.
No, and I'm there for the show. If I'm coming in,
Okay,
I'm
so
here
you're
to
going to watch music.
Yeah, I'm here to watch the music and listen in. And so so, you know, I don't care. Everybody else in the crowd, like, they can do their own thing, but I'm focused in. So that's my priority.
That's good.
So that's fun. But no, I get what you mean. Definitely. I'm usually not like a big drinker at these things, just because I think that is what kind of makes me nervous about the crowds.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, like, and usually I'm driving, so, like, I don't want to get
no, then definitely not. Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I will say, for 21 Savage, I wasn't driving, and so I got a drink there. And it
$48?
It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I spent $30, CJ, literally with tip, but literally $30 on a single drink.
What type of drink did you get?
It was a vodka lemonade. It was so easy.
Okay. How much did you tip?
Well, okay, that's fair enough. It was like a $60 purchase total because I bought 2 drinks. So with that tip,
God,
it's ridiculous.
Oh,
ridiculous.
Man.
So that was my one time. I think after that I'm swearing off drinking at these shows because that is too much.
That's insane.
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going with a group of people and you stop by like Hollywood before you go over whatever they call the darn casino now over there, that's one thing because you at least find a restaurant to have a few and you're not. $30.
Ridiculous. No, I don't have that kind of. I don't have that energy.
That's how much it takes to fill my gas tank.
Exactly. Yeah. So as I'm swiping my card, I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? I've lost the thread of this.
Now, have you ever gone to a concert out there in the rain when it starts coming down?
So I've been lucky. So far, I haven't been to a concert where it's been pouring, so that's really good. So what about you?
Well, the Hill, at Verizon or whatever. It's Verizon to me. It always has been because I used to play soccer over there and I saw that so many times. So at Verizon, there's that hill and it's raining. Dirk Bentley was playing. My mom was going with her friends. So I went, I'll go, and I had fun. I'm telling you what, the best part of the show, even though the music was great, and I'm not like insulting the whole Dirk Bentley like thing, it was good. But then all of a sudden, a bunch of drunk people kept sliding down the hill.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Best drinking game you could have ever asked for. Best drinking game you could ever ask for. Because you could see them losing it. Like, you could see them, as they started walking, their confidence get less and less and less,
oh, my goodness,
prominent.
No.
And then all of a sudden, boom, right down there to the concrete patio.
Worst case scenario, I don't want to have an audience in these things. I would rather have my mistakes just be for me. And so I do not need an audience for these things. So what are you going to do?
Right. Now, you went to Taylor Swift, too.
I did, about a year ago, almost exactly, yeah.
Where was that one at? Did you go to Kansas City?
I went to Chicago for that.
Oh, did you? Where was that one?
It was at Soldier Field,
oh,
right?
Cool.
Soldier
Big field.
Yeah, no, it was huge. And no, it was wild. And I'll say it was actually so I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary of being here. And it was literally a year.
When?
June 5th was 1 year here.
Happy anniversary, Sydney.
Thank you very much. But it's interesting because that weekend before I started here was actually the Taylor Swift concert. So that Saturday I had the concert. That Sunday traveled back here. I was house sitting too at the time. So I was house sitting and then that Monday started here. So it was a very wild couple of days.
And the schedule had to be that way because the boss was heading out of town for a few. That's right.
It was a wild couple of days. But no, and so I was reflecting on that and thinking about like, wow, that was a whole year ago. That's wild. I don't know how I had the energy for that because I'm also, on a side note, I'm also not drinking caffeine at the moment. So
you're still not doing that?
I'm still not doing
now,
that.
Let me, we got to talk about that too
absolutely.
because that's a whole thing. We were going to talk about that last week. And as I've been drinking about 800 milligrams of caffeine a day, I got to quit it. I mean, I just got to stop.
I was with you 100%. Like I'd have a cup of coffee in the morning or an energy drink or something and it would get me through the day. But I'm trying really hard to take a break.
400 milligrams of caffeine.
That's wild.
Oh man, no wonder I'm twitching. Right.
Well, that's the thing too. It'd make me shaky and I kind of needed it. I got to the point where I needed this caffeine, and I was kind of hating that I was so reliant on it. And it also gets kind of expensive too, especially if you're getting the energy drinks or the iced coffees or whatever like that, which I enjoy every now and then. So it was getting kind of pricey. So I was like, okay, time to take a break.
That's very true.
Right? And so we're taking a break. So in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 cups of coffee, and that's it.
What days?
What days? One day was a Sunday.
Okay,
and
that's
one
fair.
Day was right before the Chapel Roan concert. I had a cup of coffee because I said I need to get energized.
Well, that's fair. Good job.
Thank you
really
very
good
much.
job.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, do you like the sound of a stadium show? Because, hear me out on this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You know, if you have like a an older act, I think, that has not a lot of elaborate stuff going on with their music. It's just kind of the band. And I think it's okay. But whenever you have all those different mixers and faders and you have all this stuff, it gets really hard to kind of absorb it all sometimes.
Absolutely true. And and one of the things that was fun about like the Taylor Swift show, because it was so huge and everybody was singing and screaming and having a really good time. So honestly, I loved that. I loved just the big crowd there and the energy that everybody had. So I didn't mind that at all. But I get what you mean about the sound sometimes. It's kind of off.
Yeah, and it's just like, even though it sounds good, I'm not saying that at all. It's just it's always at different locations too.
Exactly.
So bizarre. Now, I have a question. Was anyone outside protesting this Taylor Swift show? Saying no more Swift, Swifties gotta go, anything like that?
Not that I saw. In fact, the entire city of Chicago that weekend was like lit up with Taylor Swift. It was wild. Every place we went to, they were playing Taylor Swift music. There were a lot of people who obviously had traveled there, like we had to see the show.
Yeah.
So they had, everybody was dressed up for the whole weekend. It was very weird. I've never been to a show that was like so such a cultural touchstone moment of the city. It was very strange. Yeah, love her or hate her, she puts on a show.
Man, that guy I gave money to just took it and ran. He was supposed to go up there and protest. That was a groaner. I get it. It's all good. Hey, full circle moment, though. What was your first concert?
My first ever concert was Taylor Swift, seeing her in the Red Tour in 2012, 2013. So,
wow.
Yeah, so it was a full circle moment 10 years later.
What was better?
Oh, definitely the Eras Tour.
Really?
Because it was just iconic. It was just incredible to see. But it was kind of fun, though, because I actually went with the same friend that I went to the 2012 concert with.
Cool.
So
That's really cool.
It was really cool to see those pictures kind of who we were now and kind of that full circle 100% moment. Yeah, very neat.
Yeah, and so every concert I go to is a monument to that idea. What's that?
The idea of, before the COVID pandemic, that was really the only concert I had ever been to was the Taylor Swift show.
Okay.
So I had just never really gone to a lot of shows. And I had always been like, well, this artist that I like to see is coming, but like, oh, it's a little expensive, so I'll just see them next time. Or like, oh, they're coming, but they're coming to Nashville. And that's like kind of, I'll see them next time. Yeah, exactly. So, but that being said, I kind of, once the pandemic started, I really regretted not going to these things more often and saying yes to these things and just going out to see these things. And so ever since then, it's been really a big point of mine to say yes to these things and try new things and all kinds of stuff like that.
I was waiting for this moment.
As we've talked about.
I was waiting for this moment here. Hold on. I am not saying yes again.
That's fair. That's fair. You said yes too much. You've overdone it.
I am yesing away. Sydney had me sold on this. I'm like, yes. Hey, can you walk my dog? Yes. Hey, can you pay my bills? Yes. No, I couldn't do that. But, I don't know. There's a reevaluating period going on with me right now in this year of yes.
Understandable.
I've only made it 6 months.
Understandable. It's a lot of saying yes. And once you the person who taught me about this idea, she was telling me the first year you say yes to everything. And then the second year you have to start saying no. Because now you have to start going back to everything you said yes to and being like, I actually really don't have time for this or whatever. So
that'd have been good to know, Sydney.
Sorry about that.
I think I am almost in year 2. I think I'm almost past the year. How long have we been doing the blogs?
I don't know. How long have we been doing the blogs? It's been a few months now.
Maybe not a year yet. Okay, so you're in the clear.
Yeah,
you didn't have to fill me in just yet.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so you still have some time of saying yes until we say no again. But
I shouldn't have said. Now everyone's gonna call me today. So, you know what I think? I was looking real quick when we were talking about local.
Oh, yeah.
And you're talking local music, and we have a lot of cool stuff like Rock the Block and Rockin' with Robert and all that. Great to highlight those. But here's my thing. Hear me out here, and just my thought. There's not really a good music venue in this area.
You don't think so? That's interesting.
No, and here's my thought. Because if there is one, it's not in a central location.
That's
it's
true.
too much of a bar theme. It's too I think all venues, regardless of their, kind of demos or their vibe or their interest, that atmosphere is catered too specific to it.
That's interesting.
And it really doesn't welcome everybody in to enjoy that type of music. And the sound's not really what it should be for some of these smaller rooms, too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think there's definitely, well, we're so close to St. Louis, I think a lot of people just go there for their shows.
Right.
But that being said, there's some really cool local stuff going on. And some incredible acts that are coming and traveling around here, which is so cool to see. And I always say we have a great art scene in St. Louis, but we have an incredible art scene right in Alton, too, So it's great to see that we have people coming and doing these shows, especially as the summer begins.
Right. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking like conservatory or anything, because they had a great vibe and aesthetic. And we definitely aren't a Renaissance, but I mean like just an actual venue, like an Alton Little Theater-esque just for shows.
We need one. Who's going to open one?
Yeah, I'm looking at you because I ain't got no money.
Throwing it out there. Whoever wants to. It's time. It's time to get that going and see what we can do.
We're brainstorming and pondering here at 9:33. It's 105 degrees in the studio, and we'll take a quick break and come back. I got to talk to her about this caffeine thing.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 936. My voice absolutely hurts today.
You have a lot going on tonight. You have a River game.
We're going to have fun, and you're going to be there.
And I'm going to be there, yeah.
How long?
Excited. I'll be there for the first pitch, which is going to be really cool, and then I'll see what happens.
See what happens. See where the night takes you. There you go. We'll see Sydney down. Say hi to Sydney when you go to the River game.
I'll be there. I love talking to people.
Let's talk about this caffeine thing. I've been waiting too darn long for this one. So we got to know.
Yeah.
How miserable were you for the first few days?
Oh my gosh. So what happened was I have this friend and he said, "Hey, I got an idea for you. Why don't you try to go a week without caffeine? See what happens." And that kind of unspoken part was like, you can't, It was kind of a challenge.
Oh, okay.
And I don't like that.
He was calling you an addict.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
He was on it. And so I said, "You know what? Bet. Let's try it." And so I decided to go a week and see how how it went. And truthfully, like I was saying, you know, I was addicted to caffeine. Like there was a point where I was needing it every day, and it was getting to the point where it was just kind of a pain. It's like fueling up a car, you know, you kind of have to.
That's why I use jet fuel.
Yeah, and I respect that.
Yeah.
You get it done. Yeah. But that being said, so I decided, why not? We'll give it a week. We'll see how it goes. And those first few days were so miserable. I had no idea how much I relied on this caffeine until I tried to go without it. And I was almost falling asleep at my desk. It was terrible.
So the first time I saw you from Vegas was, I guess, during this, and I had no idea that you were quitting caffeine. And I got it was Tuesday, and I thought you were mad because remember I was so damn tired by the time we were taping that blog talk when I was out of town. I was like, did I say something bad to her?
No,
like, well, yeah.
no.
So I looked at you though, and your face was like, "Did no one come freaking near me for like an hour?" But I applaud you because I can't do it. Here's where I'm at, and I got to ask you this for me personally.
Yeah.
I drink so many of these damn things, and it's obviously a problem. And
Right.
joking aside, I got to quit doing them, but doing them, I guess. But I think I have so much in my system that that's why I don't have any like headaches for the weekend, because I don't drink any of them during the weekend because I don't have to, kind of be up and energized for the
go
show.
For it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that because I definitely was kind of the same way where I'd drink coffee every day of the week, and then except for Saturday and Sunday, I'd usually take a break. And but it didn't like bother me too much. I was a little sleepier, but it wasn't like terrible. But something about actually quitting and then like really committing to that like knocked me out.
What day did that hit you?
So I started on Saturday. I was like, I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna take it and just not drink any caffeine. Any caffeine. Can't quit everything. And so it took me until probably that Sunday I cheated. I had a cup of coffee, and then that Monday though was really the first day that was like committed to not having any, and it hit hard. Definitely.
Like Monday hit hard.
Monday morning,
Wow.
I was like, wow, I really relied on this more than I thought I did. I was surprised.
Was it actually because your body needed it, or is it the mental thing?
See, that's a great question, and I still don't know, because definitely it was a little bit mentally, I think, in my head a little bit.
Because it's your routine.
Yeah, in the routine and that kind of thing. But I was tired, I will say. I was just foggy for a couple of hours in the morning, and usually by the afternoon it was better. But the morning especially was just when it was hard. So I don't know. So they say, I was reading a statistic the other day. They say if you hit snooze on your alarm clock, which I'm guilty of, you tend to then not wake up fully for the first like 4 hours of the day. So I think all of these things combined.
If you hit snooze?
If you hit snooze, then you like go back to bed and you
come on.
like if you kind of like
science needs to get off of us.
Exactly. Give me my cup of coffee, my chocolate, and my wine, and let me live.
Because like I said, I'm serious about this because I like during the weekends I would think I get like a little headache or something because of how much caffeine I literally drink. Yeah. But I don't, and I think it's because I seriously have so much caffeine that I have a couple of days of reserves,
Yeah. Maybe your body's like, thank God, I need a break. I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's in my reserve system.
No, it's very possible. I mean, I don't know if it's possible. I'm not a scientist, but it sounds possible to me.
When was the last time you drank a cup of coffee?
It was about a week and a half ago. So, yeah, getting through.
I'm interested to see what happens when you drink your first cup of coffee.
I don't know. I'm going to be curious because I will say, even just giving it a couple of days and then drinking a cup of coffee, I could feel the energy. I was hitting hard. And so I could see it kind of hitting hard and seeing what'll happen and putting me in that productive haze that I am striving
for. That's a good strain name.
Thank you so
much.
much.
A good gummy name, too. Productive Haze. Give that one to Village Dispensary for Saturday.
Hear that, Eddie?
So I can't, seriously, 4 hours?
Yeah, well, that's what I heard. I might be wrong on that, and so that's what I've read before, but they say it just throws you off if you hit snooze and you kind of like wishy-washy, wake up, don't wake up, that kind of thing. So they say it can kind of fully not wake you up for a couple of hours. So I think that's what my cup of coffee was doing for me, was like waking me up enough to continue with my day.
Well, I heard that you can't drink caffeine for an hour and a half until an hour and a half after you're already up.
Why?
Because apparently your receptors aren't going and activated just yet, and that's what leads to the crash.
Huh. Yeah. That's interesting. See, I didn't know that. So I bet there are ways to drink caffeine like responsibly and like.
There's ways to do a lot of things responsibly.
There are ways to do it where you like get probably, I don't know, not a science person, but definitely like I was just relying on it for my fuel, and this was the thing that was getting me through the morning. And I was kind of like, you know what, it's time to like be a little bit more intentional, going back to the vegetarianism for a week kind of thing, like a little bit more intentional.
Is that still happening?
No, it's not happening. No. I can only do one thing at a time. I'm eating meat. Yeah.
You tried.
I tried so hard, but you know, like there's ways to be a little bit more intentional about what you're consuming and that kind of thing. So I was like, I had really high, good intentions about this whole thing. I was like, I'm gonna be really intentional and give it my best shot. And so far, so good. But we'll see what happens.
That's all we can do. Hey, what are you working on this weekend?
Oh, lots of things, lots of good things. So like I said, I'll be at the River Dragons game today, which will be fun. We got a couple of write-ups from your videos and interviews that are coming down the pipeline, which will be fun too. That's always
Keeps
exciting.
me relevant. Thank you.
Always exciting. Lots of good things. We're getting to a very busy part of the year where there's just a lot of good events and things happening, which is very cool. And so I love hearing what people got going on and writing about it and sharing what people have happening.
And reach out to me if you want the whole darn region to see about it, and we can get you some cool advertising packages for those events. I happen to be an event specialist here.
Very good. You're very good at it too.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think
good.
I'm average. I'm fair to Midland. You know, I think I hang in there.
You got this. You're great at it.
And then what's the blog about?
The blog about, I wish I knew. So, you know, and I hate to be coy, but every week it's always a question, and I can't tell you. I will find out the day of and let you know.
You know what? I appreciate the honesty there, Sydney, and you know, I'm excited to also appreciate the honesty of everyone at Village Dispensary tomorrow. If
Absolutely.
I could pull up my darn live reads. As Sydney and I were talking about, Sydney's going to the River Dragons game tonight, and you can hang out with me tomorrow. Okay, at Village Dispensary. At Village Dispensary. You know, cannabis connoisseurs, let me be blunt. Thank you about this. Village Dispensary is the go-to spot for all of those green old things. Whether you're after vapes, flowers, topicals, tinctures, edibles, concentrates, or accessories, let me take a breath. They got a selection that'll make you feel like you are in Harold and Kumar's dream. Their friendly staff has you in and out faster than a Fast Times ride, getting you what you need in no time. But if you need a little bit more time, they have an education area where they'll consult with you and see what you need and how to help you help yourself. Locally owned and union built, all about quality. Village Dispensary, dedicated to bringing you the best cannabis experience. Check out villagedispo.com for their awesome inventory. Place your order ahead of tomorrow, and then you still get the discounts. We're talking 30% off and vendors and fun, and yours truly stopping on by. And remember, when you stop by Village Dispensary, just tell them CJ sent you your way. You know, it's a joint effort. That's Village Dispo, villagedispo.com.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back, 9:50. Good to see you. Missed you. I love doing this show, and it's really cool that we're really actually growing here, and to add Brian to the mix, and I know that so many have reached out about doing their own shows. It's just, finding the right timing and just finding, what really fits what the area needs and what the region would like to hear about and see about. And so if you guys reached out to, us and all of that, and I've gotten so many texts about you guys wanting to do your own show, let's, send it to John. John at RiverBender.com. Let's talk and let's see. I just love it. Brian's doing awesome. And really kind of bringing Brian on started a little bit of momentum for people wanting to hop on the Daily Dose of Local. So it's really cool, and I'm so proud of Brian. I hope it goes well, and I think he's going to be doing some really good stuff. At 9:51 this morning, let's take a look at what happened on this date in history. Yesterday was a very important day in our nation and our world's history, but June the 7th, equally as important, potentially. I haven't looked yet. In 1913, on this date in history, was the first successful ascent of Denali, the mountain. That's pretty incredible in 1913. Also, on this date in history, during the 1960s, the U.S. Supreme Court strikes down the Connecticut law banning contraception. That happened on this date, 1965. In 1968, during the 1960s turmoil, Mr. Rogers, there's a special episode addressing the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. That happened on this date, June the 7th, 1968. In 2002, Michael Skakel was convicted of the 1975 murder in Greenwich. That was a huge trial. I actually just read about that last week. During World War II in 1942, on June the 7th, Battle of Midway ends on this date in history. Also, in Asian history, in 1893, Gandhi's first act of civil disobedience happened on this date in history. In 1939, King George becomes the first British monarch to visit the United States. That happened in 1939. And in 1966, Ronald Reagan is nominated for governor of California, and the rest is history. In 1967, the New York Magazine publishes the story that becomes Saturday Night Fever. In 1937, actress Jean Harlow dies suddenly. That happened on this date in history. One final one for you. In 1776, during the American Revolution, on the 7th of June, the Lee Resolution was presented to the Continental Congress. That happened on this date in history. On this date in music, let's take a look. In 2010, Joe Walsh was in a feud, a bitter feud, with an elderly neighbor. The guitarist was granted a restraining order. Oh, man. Was granted a restraining order against an elderly neighbor who allegedly threatened to hurt him, kill him. The man was ordered to pay more than $1,500 in legal fees. That is something else. Could you imagine, you're sitting there talking to your, loved one on the phone, your friends, or maybe just stopping by and grabbing dinner, and they're sitting there and they're going, man, who bought the house next to you? Joe Walsh. Joe Walsh from the Eagles? Guy's a jerk. I hate him. I can't stand him. The worst. Could you imagine that, though? That'd be kind of fun to have that conversation. In 2002, Virgin Records announced that they had dropped Victoria Beckham after, the debut solo album that almost was, which cost over $5.1 million to make. That audio software processing is a little expensive, and they only sold 50,000 copies. Well, we all can't be winners. In 1995, guitarist from Radiohead Johnny Greenwood admitted to the hospital after his ear was leaking blood. The problem was diagnosed as his arm movement from continuous guitar playing. Wow, that's interesting. That happened on this date, 1995. On this date, in 1977, Led Zeppelin played the first of 6 sold-out nights at Madison Square Garden during their 11th and final North American tour, playing a 3-hour set. Wow, that's unheard of today. Tickets were right around $8.50 and $10.50 respectively. One final one for you today. Well, let's see. Now let's do this one. In 1969, Bob Dylan and Joni Mitchell both appeared on the first ABC TV Johnny Cash show from the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. Dylan sang "I Threw It All Away" and "Livin' the Blues" and duetted with Cash on "Girl from the North Country." That happened on this date in 1969. Born on this date in 1991, American rapper Fetty Wap. His debut single, Trap Queen, reached number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 100. Iggy Azalea, I don't know what she's really famous for, but congratulations. Let's see, one final one for you. David Navarro, American guitarist, singer, songwriter, and actor, best known as the founding member of Jane's Addiction and as a former member of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Also worked with Alanis Morissette on her album, Jagged Little Pill, and more. Also, born on this date, 2 big ones for you. Tom Jones sold over 100 million records. It's not unusual. So many more. She's a lady, you name it. A legend born on this date, and he's still rocking and rolling today. In 1917, Dean Martin, the American singer, actor, comedian, producer, the nickname King of Cool, member of the Rat Pack, and host of the television variety program, The Dean Martin Show. And, of course, the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. Hits include Memories Are Made of This, Everybody Loves Somebody, and just an all-around legend. He died on Christmas Day, 1995. The time is 9:57 on the 7th day of June. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with top-of-the-hour news next, right here. RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
It's gonna be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man.
10:01, welcome back. Daily show hitting you on a Friday, 10 o'clock hour. Right around the corner. Hey, did you know this? Octopuses have 3 hearts, blue blood, and 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third pumps it to the rest of the body. Their blue blood is due to a copper-rich protein, which is more efficient than the hemoglobin in cold, low-oxygen environments. That's interesting. There you go, your fun fact of the day, provided by one of our next potential sponsors. That'd be fun. Here's what's happening around the River Bend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update. Join us and 70,000 people that get our email and read it each and every morning with Around the River Bend. We'll take you to Godfrey First Village Dispensary, hosting a grand opening party on Saturday. That's tomorrow from 12 to 6 p.m. RiverBender.com. Myself, I'll be doing a live broadcast from the dispensary from 11 to 1. Community members over 21, of course, can enjoy discounts from various cannabis products, a vendor fair, and demonstrations at 110 Northport Drive, organized by Inventory Manager Allison Swan. The event aims to serve the community with safe cannabis options. Highlights include discounts up to 30% and an aerial yoga demonstration by Riverbend Yoga, desserts from Meowtown, and a raffle for a stay at Spring Hollow Hideaway. The event will also feature numerous local artists and vendors supporting small businesses. Also in the news this morning, an Alton man, Rashad Kramer, 28, has been charged with 4 counts of aggravated cruelty to animals. Here's the latest. The charges stem from an incident where Kramer allegedly shot a dog with a 9mm handgun and left its body in a trash can due to anger over the dog's behavior. A search of Kramer's residence by officers led to the discovery of 3 additional dogs that had been starved to death. Kramer has been described as an ongoing danger to the community and was remanded to jail pending his initial appearance in court. We'll keep you updated with the latest. The Edwardsville Community Foundation has proudly announced the recipients of its 2024 scholarship cycle, awarding 51 scholarships to 43 seniors in District 7 high schools. The total amount awarded this year reached a record $123,300, and Executive Director Pamela Farah highlighted the success of the streamlined online application process. These scholarships, funded by generous donations from individuals, businesses, organizations, support students in pursuing their education at colleges, universities, and vocational technical schools. ECF, established in 1997, continues its mission to enhance the quality of life in local communities through charitable contributions. One final bit of news for you today, and we'll have 2 more stories, and that's starting first with Madison County Transit. They're excited to announce the return of the MCT Muni Express, providing stress-free rides every Friday night. Muni performance starting June 21st for $5. Passengers can enjoy a relaxing round-trip journey to the Muni in Forest Park, with children 5 and under riding free, and Madison County students in grades K through 12 boarding for free with an MCT Youth Summer Pass. The 2024 Muni season is ready for you in Madison County. Finally, in Grafton, on the 80th anniversary of D-Day, Grafton Mayor Mike Morrow and the city have taken significant steps to honor veterans with a new memorial project. The Grafton War Memorial Commission, established by the city's Veterans Commission in December of 2022, envisions a veteran memorial complex featuring a museum. Set against the limestone bluffs overlooking the Mississippi River, the memorial will include a life-size reproduction of U.S. Army Rangers climbing the Portahoc Cliffs, a poignant D-Day scene. The project has received substantial support and international attention, including a $5,000 donation from France. And fundraising efforts are ongoing, with events like Storm the Beach, which happens tonight, that help support the cause. At 10:05, that's a look at what happened around the Riverbend this morning. Now let's take a look at your weather. It's 77 degrees. It feels like 84 out there today. Sunshine and windy, and tonight it will be cloudy with even some periods of rain and even a thunderstorm later on. There can be ponding on streets and highways, so if you're driving later at night, especially somewhat at I-70 corridor, just be careful with some of those puddles. Air quality right now is at 41, grass at moderate levels, mold is low, ragweed non-existent, and then tree levels are at moderate. So if you're having a little bit of an issue today with your sinuses, CJ, that could explain it. UV index at an 11, so if you need to do some yard work, go put some sunscreen on. Temperatures reach 88 degrees today. They drop down to 65 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 84, a low of 64, an 80% chance that we're getting some rain. On Sunday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 80, a low of 57. And on Monday, a high of 77, a low of 58 degrees with a 25% chance of precipitation. On Tuesday, a high of 80, a low of 61. And that's a look at your 5-day forecast. For time and temperature throughout the day, give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Hey, before I take a quick break, let me fill you in on Grid Solar. Are you ready to join the growing number of homeowners and businesses who are turning to solar energy with Grid Solar? Solar power is not only an eco-friendly choice, but also it could be a wise investment that pays off in the long run. You know, with Grid Solar, you get customized solar solutions that maximize your energy savings and enhance your property's value. Solar energy is clean, renewable, and more accessible than ever. You can visit GridSolarLLC.com to learn more about their services and request your free design. And you can join them when they start their new show segments with us right here on our daily show in a few short months. We're excited to have them come and fill us in on the industry. That's Grid Solar for more information today. We'll take a quick break at 10:08. I'm excited. We got a full studio. We got Barbie, Nikki, Heather. We're going to learn about Halo and all the fun stuff that's coming down the pipeline and how this came about. It's 10:08. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with more of our daily show after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome in 10:11, and we got a full studio. Heather, Barbie, and Nikki. And, well, we're talking about Halo, Earth Angel Specialty Kitchen. This is exciting. So I got an email that said everyone's coming on the show, and I'm just excited to learn about this, to be honest. Where do we start? The floor is yours, Senators. Heather, how did this idea come about?
Oh, well, thanks for having us. It started literally by a God connection. I was out driving around after My Just Desserts, their last weekend was open, saw Barbie on that Good Friday. She's like, do you want to check out, you want a tour of your boutique hotel? And
Yeah.
I was like, we were like, yes. And so that snowballed, and I was telling her about the startup, Halo, Earth Angel Specialty Kitchen, meal services and catering. And she's like, you've got to talk to my girl, Nikki. And so I was like, hey, here's her girl, Nikki. And it's just been wonderful. They've just really scooped me up, and and supporting this community-based startup business. Really, it's for services. Yeah.
So fill me in on some of the services that you provide and what you're looking to do here.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm Heather Gabbert, RDN.com is the website. And it started with virtual nutrition consultations. And as an extension of that, I started providing, granola at farmers markets. And then it snowballed into people, instead of just saying, hey, make good choices, everyone, it snowballed into me being able to provide meals for them to support whatever is for their, health need. And then it turned into more fun doing more catering to medical offices, real estate offices, groups, parties, things like that. So it's leveled up food. It's more plant forward.
Yeah.
I have been vegan for 3 years. And just trying to interject it a little bit, not force feeding people, but really just having that as a service, an opportunity.
And too, I mean, it's really cool how you're going about it too, and kind of sprinkling it in and just bringing your piece to it, And what I think's awesome is, as someone who goes to all the business council meetings and goes to all the catering things, Nikki, Barbie, you know how that is. A lot of times it's great food, but it's not really the best for our points, that day and everything else. So to have a healthy option where you're going somewhere and knowing I'm not going to be exhausted after I eat this meal,
Exactly. That was the feedback. Thank you so much for saying that, because in the medical offices, the doctors were so happy. They're like, my staff wasn't head down to sleep at 3 o'clock.
So take me through. So when did you guys all meet up for the first time?
Gosh, just a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow. This is moving pretty
quick.
quick.
Month ago. Yeah.
And
that's
since then?
how God works, right? And so we're going to have awesome... she's going to let me have a showcase night, an open house on June 18th. So it's 618 in the 618. And it's about the community.
I love this, Heather. This is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be so fun. So it's a night out, 5 to 8 p.m. on June 18th at Your Boutique Hotel. And Nikki's doing all the media, the print media, getting it out there. And it's free to the community. So come one, come all. And we're going to have the food. We're going to have Halo Earth Angels food. Mostly vegan. I will have chicken and salmon for samples too. And really just embracing that wellness piece and just trying to have it to where there's hopefully some massage, some music, some resources, and helping people with the food,
Well, Heather, it seems like you're really having a lot of fun right now, too, and you need to, because you can't, especially with how hard you all have to work to keep, making sure you're able to do it, you got to be able to really enjoy some of this, and it's awesome that, you're smiling, really taking it all in, and you got two great partners on your side here guiding you here. And now, Barbie, fill me in on, just your takeaway initially with, Heather, and what drew you to this idea.
Yeah, well, what was really cool is this was about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And I don't know if you've met Steven, our middle son, was doing some work on the boutique building. So I went out on the back deck of the building, and he was cutting some tile and stuff like that. And so I see a car come down the back parking lot, and they're looking up, they're kind of like waving. I'm like, do I know these people? I don't know. I was like, well, maybe it's somebody that's booked here. So I just went out there and we started talking, and she's like, yeah, we just went to My Just Desserts and saw the front of the building. We came around to the back, and I said, well, do you want to go in and see it? So we took them on a tour of it, started talking, and then we found out too that you work over where one of my daughter-in-laws works.
Yeah, I understand.
And so those connections there, and then we just started talking about it, and then she started talking about, well, she needs some media and things like that, and I'm like, well, I need to put you in touch with Nikki. So that's where Nikki came in, and then I'll let Nikki turn it over to Nikki now then.
Yeah, so Barbie is really great at connecting people.
100%.
And I think it's awesome for women to support other women's businesses. So that is one thing that we are doing right here, and it's incredible. And so, excuse me, we've been working to develop her logo, her website, and the marketing aspect of getting the knowledge out there. It's also really great food. So
thank you.
Just stop by and see it, taste it, and you'll get to see the boutique hotel too. So
can I say something? I shouldn't say this. I'm going to get in trouble upstairs, but I'm going to say this. John sent me a text, and he goes, this is the most beautiful building I think I've seen in a while. What do you think?
Your boutique hotel.
That's
He
sweet.
goes,
It is
he goes,
beautiful.
has that always been? I said, John, yeah, that's what we've been talking about the last couple of weeks here. And he goes, oh yeah, it was just so funny.
Well,
It's just
tell him,
such a
come
beautiful
on, give him a tour.
Yeah, it's just, but he thought it's just beautiful. Yeah, but it is.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
and what I think's so cool about your guys' spaces too, and I know we're talking just real quick, is that it's always so it's elegant without being intimidating, you know, and that's what I really appreciate about your spaces, because it makes
Thank
me
you very
feel
much.
comfortable. And Nikki, when you're working with somebody that's motivated, that's a little bit excited,
best.
you know, Phil, because you and I have had kind of talks about working with certain folks, and it's like, man, you know, sometimes when you get somebody that's a little too nervous or maybe a little bit too fearful about what could happen, it stunts some growth. And with Heather, it seems like you guys are just taking off and ready to roll.
Yeah. Well, I think that that's also part of supporting people in these roles.
100%.
That's a big part of what we do as women business owners is to encourage each other. I think that's so important. And it's not always about the time we spend working on things, and sometimes it's literally just about supporting each other in order for us to be successful. So I think that's been a huge blessing out of us for all of us.
Heather, I got a hardball question for you here. 60 minutes time. What's your best dish?
Ooh. What's my best dish?
Oh, it's your sauce.
Oh, man. My sauce.
The dressing. Yeah.
Oh, what type?
So I have two sauces.
Okay.
One is Cleo's classic sauce, and that's the salad sauce that Nikki's talking about. It's named after my daughter, Anna Cleo.
That's cool.
And she concocted it. It's all vegan, leveled up. We've got coconut aminos in there, avocado oil, spices, and almond butter. And that's really it pulls it all together. And the other sauce is St. Lulu's sauce, St. Lulu's marinade. And it's named after my former mother-in-law. She's since passed, but her name was Mary Lou, and she's had a marinade. I have the original recipe, and I modified it, but it's a hit every time. It's delicious, and so it's ginger and onion and avocado oil as well.
That's really, and you know, let me ask you real quick, because I do have to take a quick break, but you can't
Okay.
go anywhere. I just have to
Okay.
take a quick. You know how, you know, whenever you're talking with folks about, you know, the vegan eating and vegan meals, does it surprise some folks when you're talking to them about the how diverse you really can get when you're talking about cooking those type of
100%.
plates?
100%.
And fill me in a little bit more about some of the ways that you, you know, you kind of add and hit all the palates without, you know, going into using meat or dairy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's about modifications, and so I tailor it. If someone is allergic to, say, if they can't have the almond butter, I can change the sauce to use a different nut butter.
That's
her.
cool.
But it's honestly just sneaking it in, like you said. What really made it happen was an experience, and so I was part of a chili cook-off last year at my church, at Faith Church.
Okay.
And I got second place, and people were like, "Wait, this is vegan?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I made a spicy bean chili. They had no idea they didn't even care that there wasn't meat in it. I topped it with cashew cream, and cashew cream's a great non-dairy alternative because it's so versatile.
What's the the consistency?
It's actually like a cream.
Oh,
And so
really?
You mix cashews and hot water. You let it sit and blend it. That's your cashew cream. And then you can use that as a base for sauces, for milk, you can use it as pizza cheese, lasagna cheese, and it's amazing how diverse the flavor portfolio is. Like the profile, I mean.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And so that's a really key thing that I use to be non-dairy.
Pizza cheese, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
It's
I'm
incredible.
learning
and
something myself.
it browns up. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
I'm gonna go up and grab a granola bar. We'll be back with more of our daily show. Get over here after this.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Oh, you got to. You got to in this town. Welcome back, 1026. A little bit of change on this Friday morning. We're back with Heather, Barbie, and Nikki, and just chatting away. So open house is on 618 day.
That's right.
It's so much better than 314 day. You know, I did an ode to 314 day, and I got in so much trouble from some of my former colleagues, I guess you could call them, about, you know, disrespecting the potholes of St. Louis, you know. But going forward, fill me in on this open house.
That's amazing. Oh, so the open house is June 18th in the 618. So 618 and the 618 at Your Boutique Hotel in Alton. Do you have the address?
630 East Broadway.
Yep.
And that's right across from Jacoby and the Flock. Is that right across from Flock, true?
Yep.
Nice location, really is.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
And then what's coming down the pipeline, just to fill us back in case they're tuning in for the first time this morning.
All right, so we are having an open house for Halo Earth Angels, specialty kitchen, catering and meal services, and really it's about you. It's about the community and about feeding you well and really loving on yourself with food again and helping you to feel the best you can for a lifelong wellness journey.
Yeah, and Heather, while I have you too, while we're waiting for 618 Day and maybe even after 618 Day, what are some of the services that you provide that we can maybe call, text you, and have us help ourselves?
I would love that. So I have a website. It's RiverBender.com, and I provide virtual nutrition consultations. If you're local, I could come see you here as well. And it's virtual consultations. So from there, we could even tailor if you would like to, say you have high blood pressure and you need low sodium meals, you need leveled up anti-inflammatories. I can provide that for you in my meal services. I am plant forward. I like to highlight the veganism. But if you are, I'm not going to force feed you. And so if you just want a couple of meals that are vegan, all I ask is just try one vegan meal a week. Just start there.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
And I don't want to say. Thank you for not forcing it either, because that's really because for the public sometimes, whenever we're working with somebody, and if I am, and I keep getting told, no, this, let's try this, it gets a little bit stunted.
Right.
But to be able to be flexible, and just say, hey, I encourage you to try this. If it works, great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, it's about you.
Right.
And so, you know what this is born from? Because, me and my family, we have celiac, we've got food allergies,
Okay.
and so that's why I tailor it so much and modify.
Yeah.
But really, everyone said, I need a meal plan. And I would spend hours on these meal plans, and they wouldn't follow them. And then they'd say, well, I saw a dietitian and she didn't do anything for me. Like, no. So I'm really putting it like, hey, here's something, a baseline, right? A reframing, a framework for you. You build it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I can build it for you. If whatever level, there's different levels, different tiers to it. So.
Well, and it all starts with us too. You can build as much as you want.
Teaching a man to fish, right?
Right. Well, and so obviously, when we're talking about maybe just balancing those meals, and just to talk with you a couple of minutes on this, because I'm just gonna put myself out there, Heather, and just be honest with you. Today, I had 2 Duke fingers, I had 3 energy drinks, and I had a Heath bar. That's not healthy. Not good. I am sweating profusely. What am I doing wrong here?
And so I'll come. Oh, that's a great. So thank you for being so vulnerable. I'll compare it to. So compare it to what I had. I had a blueberry, cherry, strawberry, mango smoothie with ginger and turmeric.
Show off.
And beetroot powder. And turmeric tonic shots are big. So you might want to try, I'll make you a turmeric tonic shot. It's got turmeric, ginger, lemon, vinegar, and you won't even, you'll be surprised at the energy you get from it. And those will be available at the open house as well.
Good plug, too. Yeah. Look at that. This is good. Well, and let me ask you this question, because, for so many of us, we're so used to eating processed foods and everything else.
Well, it's easy.
It's second nature, and it's normal, for so many. Yeah. But take me through your experience. The first couple of weeks, that you start this vegan lifestyle. Can you take me through some of the things you felt? Any good, bad with it?
I sure can. So I started going vegan. It was called the 121 Tribe, and it's a global wellness initiative that is run by Serena and Michael Fredholm and Darren O'Lean. You might have heard of him. He co-hosted Down to Earth.
Oh, okay.
And I got chosen as one of the first 25 to do their wellness camp back in 2021. And that really catapulted me. So it was a vegan camp, and I did that and by day 6, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. So I was 4 years out of my breast cancer journey, and I had lymphedema. I was still swollen. My shoulders hurt. I was just, not feeling great, even being a dietitian, right? And so, because I, too, would do like a Snickers bar. Being full transparency.
Yeah, full transparency. We're honest here.
And I really was like, oh my gosh, by day 6, I said, I never want to not feel this good again. I've never felt that good in my entire life. I didn't have any pain. My feet didn't hurt when I hit the floor. I slept great. I have mental clarity, and it's just amazing. So that really catapulted me into veganism.
It's so fascinating to me, though. It's I still haven't learned it, obviously, by what I just told you I ate for breakfast today. But so many of us haven't. That what you put into your body is what you're going to get out of your performance of the body too.
Right. Well, it all goes down to our microbiome.
Right.
So yeah, and that's really what if you naturally. So I have this thing called the Rainbow Reset, where I'm trying to get everyone to have the colors of the rainbow every day.
Oh.
And if you focus on that, have that be your cornerstone. That, without getting too clinical, right? That helps the microbiome, which is fed by fiber. You're going to get your fiber from the colorful construction of your meals, which is what I do at Halo Earth Angels. And you can do it on your own, but really just have a checklist or do the Rainbow Reset with me and say, okay, I'm going to start my day. Or even at the end of the day, like today, you haven't had any color full produce. So, well, I mean, except your energy drink, maybe.
They do. Oh no, I thought this was a blueberry. This is bombsicle, so it's even worse. I thought maybe I could fake it with some fake blueberries. So what's is there a way for when we're talking just granola and all these different items?
Yep.
Can folks pick that up and purchase it from you too, just to have?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've got Nikki did we did a menu. It has a QR code on it. On Heather Gabbard, RiverBender.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to the Halo to Go drop down and you'll go to the menu, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you'll see the QR code there and you can...
Oh, look at this. Hold on. Watch some of this here.
Yeah.
We're on the website now.
So go up to the top to the Order Halo Earth Angels to Go drop down. Yep. And you can look at a printable menu just if you want to take a gander. You can have granola shipped to you, or you can order Halo Earth Angels, which is that top options. There's photos.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
Yes. Prices. And I think that, I'm going to plug this too. It's so affordable. I think when you think about someone meal planning for you, you're like, oh, I could never afford that for my family. You can, number one. And number two, the food I brought home the first week, my 8-year-old was like, what is that? And I was like, well, this is for me. And she was like, well, it's not now. And she ate one of the meals, and she was like, that was so good. So I always remember, your kids will surprise you. Don't think that they won't eat it just because you think they won't.
Exactly. Well, and that's a good point too, Nikki. And it's good to always, open their minds and palates just to try new things and see if it works too. And how much comes in? So I'm looking at this and just going back to the website real quick, just so you guys can get a little bit more hungry before lunch. Just so down here to this rainbow minestrone.
Oh, minestrone.
Oh, God damn it. I host a talk show for a reason.
I love that you said minestrone because it means administer food.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? That was a God wink right
Okay,
there.
darn. So how much comes in a serving? So, I mean, looking at this, you are so right about being affordable because we all want to eat healthier, but when we go to the big box store, it's like, where's the refinance line,
Seriously. And that's the thing too. So even though my food costs are almost 50%, I haven't increased. I don't want to cause it to where it's not affordable.
Yeah.
And it's not about that. So I'm just above the nonprofit thing. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
That'll fall into place. I know God will take care of it. It's for the kingdom and to be able to make our people whole and healthy. That's the goal.
And absolutely. And so per portion, what are the sizes?
So it varies, but
Okay.
for the soups, like for the minestrone, the burrito bowl Mexican chili, it's about 12 to 16 ounces. You get a lot for your
not being funny because you would think with $12 I would expect something a little bit smaller, but you're eating.
Oh, you are, and you can attest to it.
It's a good portion.
And the rainbow salad is huge. And
there's no shame in eating the whole thing because
it's good. Well, that's very true.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's what it's about, is about accessibility, affordability, and practicality. Okay, so making things that people are going to eat, that they're like, wait a minute, it's basically healthy food that tastes like it's bad for you.
Well, I'm looking at this.
Are you hooked yet?
So I'm looking at this. I mean, you're throwing up here an angel cake, and I'm going, there's no way. And by the way, find an angel cake for $3 at any size, and I'll give you my house. It ain't gonna happen, you know. So, I mean, but even that, I'm like, there's no way I can eat that. But that's healthy.
Oh yeah,
Healthier.
absolutely. Yep, it's blueberry. It's got fiber with the flax, chia seeds. And really trying to get it, again, the colors, right?
Yeah.
That is vegan icing, and those sprinkles are all natural colors, so there's no coloring used in my food.
Now, sprinkles-wise, because
Yeah.
this is going to sound like a stupid question, but I got to know.
Do it.
Can you use regular sprinkles?
You can.
Okay.
But I don't want to because of the red dye, the
Yeah.
yellow dye. They're not good for you.
So what do you use?
They're called Miss Jones Bakes. And she has her own, they're colored with beet juice, carrot juice, like purple carrot, turmeric. So they use, that's what they did years ago, right? So basically they're just going back to what we used to do, you know, in the pioneer days and
That's
in our
so
Native
cool.
Americans. So they use berries and things to color, so why not use that in our food instead of using harmful, colorful dyes?
And aren't there other countries that they can't even use
They
red
ban
dye?
it.
The red dyes, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have it here in America.
Right, right.
Because in Europe, you're right, they won't let you put anything near that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And so we've, yeah, sorry.
No, I was talking. This is a completely. It's off topic, but it ties all in. Hear me out. And we're gonna go around the bush here, but it'll make sense here in a second. It's someone I know used to, and I don't know how true this is, but he was very convincing. Works in the funeral home services in Georgia.
Okay.
Like way down in kind of near the golf courses and all the.
Oh yeah.
Augusta, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that. Because of all the preservatives and all the fake portions in food, that we aren't even decomposing really that much anymore.
My
Like, I mean,
gosh.
you're looking pretty much
I should
identical.
not be surprised
I mean,
at
but
this.
isn't that what?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I said, I haven't lifted up a
Right.
lid
You haven't researched it.
just say, hey, looks like it did 12 years ago, but it makes sense.
He's not qualified for that.
You know, it makes sense though.
It does make sense.
And I think too, like, sports for kids these days are so competitive.
Yes.
This is another way to give them an edge up. Like, support their bodies internally, help them develop
That's a good point.
correctly and healthy habits, and that's going to stick with them for life.
Yeah,
so it's really not, like, it's not just for moms or
Yeah.
dads.
Right,
Like,
That's a good point.
it's a whole aspect of just feeding your family earth foods.
Well, I mean, I was a soccer player for 14 years and traveled literally the country with Scott
Wow.
Gallagher and did it all 4 nights a week and all.
Yeah.
But the problem is that's a really good point, especially when we're talking even granola, because tournaments, like baseball tournaments, tennis tournaments, all those things,
Right.
you're getting up and you're grabbing something from a gas station or that hotel food that you're just hoping to dear Lord was just, you know, cooked properly today. And, you know, another component of it too is or just going to fast food and grabbing something so we can get them to the game or her to the game and they aren't eating healthy.
Right.
And they're losing energy and they aren't going to be able to perform like they should. This is another great option.
Absolutely. And you can call the work number, that's a different number on there, but the new number, 618-818-3343. And you can text me too and just say, hey, listen, I'm interested in whatever, and I have this food allergy or whatever, and we can talk from there and do a free customization call.
Or even cater for sports teams, like
Cater
football
for-
teams for
yeah.
their Friday night games or
Absolutely.
tennis clubs, any of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
my son plays baseball for the Minnesota Twins. He's down in Florida on a farm team, and he has celiac, and so they're very careful with his nutrition. It's repetitive though, and so he was, just to have some of Mom's cooked food would be amazing. So you can have that. It's basically Mom's cooked food, and it's consciously created, so crafted with your health in mind. So whether it's celiac, whether it's food allergy, whether you just want to feel better, what are maybe the sports athletes, they want to have more energy, and recovery is huge too.
Yeah.
So recovery, coming down the pipeline is Trifecta Tonic, and it's with the K. So strike out inflammation.
Oh.
With it's tart cherry juice, beetroot juice, and blueberry juice. So
That's
it's gonna be So thank you for mentioning that, because it's for the kids too.
Yeah.
And they'll love it, and they'll perform better in school. They'll be able to think more clearly. So school lunches are doing the best they can, but they use what they can get.
Yeah.
And so one day I did see like gosh, chocolate Pop-Tarts, chocolate milk for breakfast. And it's like, gosh, there are choices, but then the kids are going to choose that. So then they wonder, why are they so hyperactive in the classroom, you know? So I think if we nurture them and provide,
Well, on top of that, too, and this isn't really a political thing, but I remember when I was in 7th grade when they got rid of the choice, really, the lunches, because we had all these different options, and some of them were really unhealthy, like, slushies and all this stuff, but a lot of it was really good meals.
Right.
And when all of a sudden I forgot what initiative it was, but it was to make sure everyone could afford a meal, which was needed. They got rid of a lot of those additional options, so we were stuck with a water-heated burger and a chicken patty. And I don't know what beak was put into that chicken patty or what happened, but we've seen Super Size Me and how those things are made. You know,
right.
It's scary.
It is, yeah.
And this is safer for parents, I think, too.
Absolutely.
And Barbie, when you have someone like Heather coming in and just really as excited as ever, to put something on and to be a part of it, how does your boutique hotel, your event space, how are you guys feeling about this heading into 618 Day, but also just working with folks similar to Heather going forward, too?
It's always exciting, especially like she said, it was such a God thing that when things like that happen in life, there's a reason behind it. Yeah. So it was just that connection was really exciting. We've done things with other people that have rented the space for it, but we just felt like this one, we really wanted to support her with this. So,
That's
but yeah, we
cool.
love it. We love to see other women doing things like what Nikki's promoting with all of that. And it's because in this world, it gets crazy. And things can be so competitive. It's just nice to work together and support each other. So
100%. Well, and kudos to your event space for helping out Heather too. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful space, like you said.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
just it's like unmatched.
And going forward, Nikki, I know that you guys are going to be working on some things with the website and just getting the word out more. What's the best way for us to kind of stay up to date on all of that as we keep creeping through the summer months?
Yeah, so we're going to post things out through Facebook on various sites so they can follow along on the website, keep checking in. Her Facebook isn't live yet, but it will be very soon, and we'll have information up on your event space as well. So
really cool.
Multiple places to check it out. And on your event calendar.
And on my event calendar. Oh, RiverBender's event calendar. I can't take credit for that one.
And follow them on RiverBender.com.
Yes. And you can stay up to date when the article comes out. We'll make sure the whole public knows about it and get there. And with that being said, let's talk about the open house again. What time?
Okay, 5 to 8 p.m. on June 18th at your boutique hotel.
And then before I let you go, I got to ask you a question, Barbie. How's things looking for the summer? Any events coming down the pipeline?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Summer's getting good. And actually, our really busy time is the fall.
Is it really?
Too. But yeah, we're doing a lot of blocked off a few weeks to put in new AC and things like that at the hotel and redoing the 3rd floor of it. So,
cool.
Lots of stuff going on.
Staying tuned, huh?
Yeah.
And then, is the other project getting there too?
It is. We're putting in an awesome, changing a bedroom over to an entire glamorous bathroom.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
I cannot wait to talk about that
yes.
one. I'm excited. That's a tease. I can't tell you yet.
I can't say it yet.
But hey, you know what I can say? Hainer Library is your door to unlock a lot. It's a door to adventure, knowing, knowledge, and even fun and creativity. So, do you guys know with your Hainer Library, you guys have Netflix?
Yes.
$24 a month now or something close to it if you have the ads. If you have your Hainer Library cards, you get ad-free, for free streaming with Biblio Plus, all movies and television. And with your Hainer Library, with your Hainer Library card, you also get the Library of Things, because we've all been in our yard and we need that one, trellis one or that one shovel just to get into the ground a little bit. You don't want to go to Lowe's and then you got to return it because you're never going to use it again. You can check it out at the library and just bring it back for free. Plus, if your kid's TI-84 calculator broke a week before finals, go rent it from the library for free, bring it back, and you aren't paying the $200 for the calculator.
That's smart. Nice. I just learned a lot.
Yeah, there's so much going on at Hainer Library. You got to get your library card by going to HainerLibrary. And I haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, there's like a plethora of other things, but they got lives to live too, and I just can't keep them here that long. HainerLibrary.org. Click on How Do I? Then click on Get a Library Card. You put your address in, and I am just now remembering that I have not picked mine up in 2 months. And they're right next door. HanerLibrary.org, and I'll see you over there at 11:05.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
I love that song, you know? Great song. Great song. Great tune. Can't wait to see ELO in September. No. Wanted to fill you in. It's just sad. thanks for. I got a text about something. Thanks for letting me know, but we'll wait to see what happens. Let's just do news. An Alton man at the center of 3 criminal cases filed back-to-back in Madison County is now facing 14 counts of various charges, including multiple forms of battery and child endangerment and much more. In the first of 3 cases, Dennis Thomas, 41, was charged with aggravated domestic battery, a Class 2 felony, reckless discharge of a firearm, and unlawful possession of weapons by a felon. Court documents do state that on April 1st, 2024, Thomas intentionally strangled a household or family member and discharged a firearm in close proximity to the same victim. Thomas was found to be in possession of 17 rounds of .38 caliber ammunition after previously being convicted of unlawful restraint in 2012 in Madison County. In the second case, on June 1st, Thomas was charged with 6 counts of aggravated battery and each Class 2 felonies committed against 6 different police officers, as well as 2 counts of endangering the life or health of a child, both Class A misdemeanors, leaving the scene of an accident, and criminal damage to government-supported property. A petition filed to deny Thomas's pretrial release in this case describes the incident as it follows. The defendant was identified as the driver of a motor vehicle involved in the accident, which fled the scene. Defendant was located nearby with an 8-year-old child and fled on foot, attempting to conceal the child. In the process, he was apprehended, fought with officers, striking several by kicking them, then spitting on multiple officers. Defendant is both a danger to the community and a flight risk. In the third case, filed on the 3rd of June, Thomas charged with violating an order of protection after allegedly contacting the same victim from the April domestic battery case by phone while in custody. The petition adds that Thomas is a danger to the victim and cannot comply with the orders of the court, end quote. The Alton Police Department presented all 3 cases against Thomas, and in each case, he was reportedly remanded to be held in jail until his initial appearance in court. Across all 3 cases, Thomas faces 11 felonies and 3 misdemeanors. The issuance of charges solely based upon probable cause. That was your brief news update at 10:54. I have to take a quick break. We'll come back with more Daily Show after this.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
Welcome back to our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it all home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Welcome back. 10:56, a little bit of change on this Friday morning. Man, that kind of hit me in the gut today. I got to fill you in on stupid. I need something to make my mood a little bit better today. You can tell that journalism is hurt. So listen to this. This is some news for you at 10:57. The AP wants me to donate to them when we already use their feed. Pay for it. We have a price to pay for partisan news. How much do you value fact-based journalism? Donate. No, thank you. How about you donate to me? AP asking for a donation. That's like Wikipedia. For $3, you can save Wikipedia. No, thank you. I hope you don't exist. You aren't very good. A YouTuber who sorry, I'm just in a mood. YouTuber who specializes in car shenanigans. That's a quote. Is car shenanigans. That's a good. It's not a good anything. Facing federal charges after authorities said he directed a video in which two people in a helicopter blasted fireworks at a speeding Lamborghini from above. Folks, you cannot fix stupid. Alex Cho is charged, he's 24, charged with causing the placement of an explosive or incendiary device on an aircraft. The Department of Justice announced on Thursday that if convicted, he's going to federal prison for 10 years. Prosecutors allege that Choi posted a video last July made without filming permits entitled "Destroying a Lamborghini with Fireworks." The video has since been taken down, but authorities said it shows Choi pressing a fire missiles button while two women on board a helicopter shoot fireworks at a sports car as it races across a desert landscape. Officials believe the video was taken at the El Mirage dry lake bed in rural San Bernardino County, about 60 miles northeast of downtown LA. Now, Choi did not immediately respond to a request from the Associated Press, nor an email sent to his talent agency for a YouTuber? Is that I'm learning so much today. Choi, who has over 1 million this is why we are just in so much trouble. This guy has over 1 million followers on Instagram and nearly that number of subscribers on YouTube. Entertains his audiences with what he calls the greatest car shenanigans. Other stunts of him include filming his passengers as he rapidly accelerates and taking a Lamborghini through a gas station car wash. However, won't be doing that anytime soon because a spokesperson from the Department of Justice said that Choi did appear in court. This is going to go through, and the federal magistrate judge did release him on $50,000 bond. The arraignment set for July the 2nd. Oh, man, he might miss the 4th of July. What an idiot. We're out of time. I'll see you back here on Monday with Representative Ellick and so much more. So join me then, will you? Live at 9 for more of our daily show. Oh, and tomorrow at Village Dispensary when we're going to be having some elevated fun. Until then, just try your best to stay out of jail.